Mark, I'm really struggling with some of my clients. It's like I'm in this constant push and pull, especially the ones who can be demanding. I don't want to lose them, but sometimes I feel like they're just crossing lines? I do understand, and you're not alone. A lot of professionals feel that way, especially when they genuinely care about their clients' experiences. But here's something to remember: boundaries are not a bad thing, they're necessary. And believe it or not, they can actually make your relationship with clients stronger. Stronger? I worry that if I start setting limits, they might see it as me pushing them away, or even worse, being unprofessional. It makes sense to feel that way. But think of boundaries as the foundation of good relationships. They allow you to give your best to every client without feeling drained or overwhelmed. You're basically telling your clients, I respect you, I also respect myself and my work. And when you communicate your boundaries from a place of care, many clients understand and appreciate it. But how do I even start that conversation? I don't want it to come across like I'm scolding them or making them feel like they're doing something wrong. That's a great point. It's all about how you approach it. Think of it as talking to a friend, someone you care about. Start by focusing on the positives, what you appreciate about your relationship with them. Then explain what you need to keep that relationship strong and positive. For example, if a client is frequently rescheduling at the last minute, you might say, I love our time together and want to make sure I'm fully prepared for each appointment. Then gently explain why it's important for you to stick to a schedule. So I could say something like, to make sure I'm giving you my best, I have to keep our appointments consistent. That way, it's less about calling them out and more about what I need to do to deliver the best service. Exactly. You're approaching it from a place of care and professionalism. When clients understand that your boundaries are about maintaining the quality of service they're coming to you for, they're more likely to respect them. It's not a confrontation, it's just honest communication. That makes so much sense. So instead of seeing it as a potential conflict, I can look at it as a way to strengthen our relationship. That takes some of the fear out of it. Yes, yes, yes. Boundaries are actually an invitation for mutual respect, not rejection. When you set them, you're saying, let's work together in a way that honors both of us. It's all about balance and making sure both sides feel valued. And it's okay to reinforce this in a kind of firm way when it's needed. Okay, that really changes how I see it. But, Mark, what about clients who just don't respond well? There's always that one client who gets defensive or even threatens to leave. I understand that fear. Some clients may react, especially if they're used to certain patterns or expectations. But here's the truth. You can't control how they feel, only how you respond. Stand firm in your truth, but stay compassionate. Let them know that these boundaries are there because you care about them and the work you're doing together. It's reassuring to hear that. I always feel like I need to apologize for setting boundaries. Boundaries don't require an apology. You can say something like, this is part of how I ensure that I'm giving you my best. Show that you're open to working with them within those boundaries because you care about the relationship. Some clients might take time, but often they'll come around once they see you're serious about maintaining quality. That's a big relief. I feel like I can be clear about what I need without feeling guilty or apologetic. Exactly. Think of it this way. Every time you honor your boundaries, you're honoring yourself, your expertise, and ultimately your clients. And in the long run, they'll respect you more for it. Clients actually value a professional who knows their worth and has a system in place to keep the relationships respectful. Thank you, Mark. I feel like I've been waiting for someone to give me permission to set boundaries, but I'm starting to see that it's actually something I owe myself. And like you said, it's something I owe my clients too. You've got this, and I believe in you. Boundaries are not walls. They're pathways to stronger, healthier relationships. And your clients, the ones who really see your value, they'll respect those boundaries. You'll start to notice the shift in how they treat you, and you'll feel the difference in how you approach your work too. I really appreciate this, Mark. It feels good to know I'm not letting anyone down by standing up for myself. And knowing that I can approach it with care, I feel more empowered than I did before. I'm glad to hear that. Setting boundaries is part of respecting the journey you're on and the service you're offering. Remember, you're a professional, and your time, energy, and talent are all valuable. Clients who value you will stay, and they'll appreciate that they're working with someone who respects themselves as much as they respect the client.